SESKO 22, still yet to hit the heights yet, but the ceiling is there. It's enormous. He's going to be one of the best strikers in Europe. Can United get him in this transfer window? They've got a number of number 10s now, haven't they? Now they've got Mbumo and Cunha. They need someone to finish off the chances. So if they can get a striker in this transfer window, you'd think it boosts their chances of doing something good this season. His minutes per goal involvement, that's better than SESKO marginally. SESKO better when it comes to minutes per goal. And look at the XG there. His conversion rate is significantly better than Ollie Watkins over the course of the last 2 seasons. Those are the 2 seasons he's been at RB Leipzig. So a plus 9.5 XG means he's scored nearly 10 goals more than you'd expect based on the chances that have been created for him and the shots he's taken. That's Watkins, who scored 3 more than we'd expect. But he's still got a very healthy conversion rate. Last season, Manchester United's number 9 scored 4 goals in 32 Premier League matches in the form of Rasmus Højlund. I don't think you can blame him entirely. Still a young striker finding his way. But if United can do a deal for a striker, I think most United fans probably feel they need to sign a striker in this transfer window. Though Rasmus Højlund did look quite encouraging the other night against West Ham. There is definitely a player there. The question is, do United go for the finished product in Ollie Watkins? 30 years of age, if it costs between 40 and 60 million pounds, there's no resale value there whatsoever.
Of the next Erling Haaland as well. OK, so those are the incomings. As for outgoings at United, Luke Shaw has suggested that there are no longer any stragglers in the squad as a result of Ruben Amorim's tough approach. Well, Amorim left some big names out of the club's pre-season tour, didn't he? Alejandro Garnacho, Anthony, Jadon Sancho and Tyrell Malacia as well. Malacia, I should say. They all stayed at home, while Marcus Rashford has, of course, gone on loan.
Yeah, I thought it was fascinating hearing from Luke Shaw there. I think he was talking about stragglers in terms of a mentality shift rather than pointing out the players who are not there right now with United on this pre-season tour, because we know there's 4 players who are training away from the first team, aren't there in the US right now. Alejandro Garnacho, Anthony, Jadon Sancho and Tyrell Malacia. Ruben Amorim suggested last week that none of the players would be sold for a cut price fee and they would be reintegrated if they're not sold. I'm not so sure that's the case. Maybe that was a negotiating strategy from Amorim. I think Garnacho is absolutely key here, because any money United make on Garnacho in this transfer window will represent pure profit.
Is explaining there that the priority for United is to offload these players and to ideally get them on a permanent deal. And we thought that was before they could go back into the market. Now, sequence-wise, that's not necessarily the case. Manchester United, it's all about timing. If, for example, we've been talking about Benjamin Sesko, if that deal presents itself at some point in the next week or so, and they haven't sold any of these players before then, United will still feel that they can do that deal, but they will need some sort of assurance that somewhere along the line, some of these players are going to get sold. It doesn't have to be, well, I know you want to come now, Benjamin, but you're going to have to wait because we need to get rid of these players. It's a timing situation. It's a little bit like when Arsenal fans were complaining when they were actually signing players earlier on in this transfer window. Yes, Zubimendi's great. Yeah, Norgard, that's a good signing. But why aren't we signing a striker? Well, sometimes it's the timing. So Manchester United, ideally, yes, make the sales to bring in. Ideally, yeah, but it doesn't necessarily